how to stop pick and roll, how to guard screens. This is going to be an in-depth, advanced defensive guide. We're playing against a good team here, y'all. This is the perfect gameplay to describe how to guard pick and roll. All right. Shout out all of my teammates, man. Make sure you guys join the Discord. All right. I'm running with all subscribers in the Pro-Am, y'all. Join my Discord if you guys want to run with me. But look at this build. You guys see we're playing against a 5'9", so he is a smaller guard, but so am I. I'm on my 6'2", and he has a 99 speed with ball and a 99 ball handle. So in this video, we're going to break down and go in depth with a lot of different plays on how to guard this when players like this are hiding behind screens, how to play it, how to defend it, not just one-on-one, but as a team. All right, when you're playing against good players who are good at hiding behind screens, they're good at playing pick and roll, you have to be locked in as a team defensively. So this video is about 5v5, but all these principles apply if you're guarding screens in the park, in the 2s and the 3s. It's the same thing. All right, you guys see 99 speed with ball, 99 ball handle, and then if we go over down to their center, I believe their center had like a 91 strength. Yeah, so 91 strength, 99 pass accuracy. All right, so here's how we guard this. But first things first, the verse of the video, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. God is the beginning and the ending, y'all. Understand, before you want to learn how to guard screens, how to play better defense, learn how to have a deeper and better relationship with God. All right, he is the beginning. One thing I used to not really understand back when I was an atheist was, why is there evil in the world? Why is there bad things in the world and sin in the world? But understand, when God created it, it wasn't always that way. When God created the heaven and the earth, it was good. All right, but then humans came, and our free will, we choose to do evil. We choose to do bad things. All right, but understand, the world wasn't always so messed up, y'all. And one day in the ending, we get a happy ending where there is no more sin, there's no more sickness, no more evil. All right, so just keep that in mind. So here's the first play we're going to break down. All right, you guys can see coming up the court, he instantly goes into a spread pick and roll. So if you guys pay attention to their team, you see how the white jerseys, there's two in the corner, and then there's that one guy on the left hash. That gives the PG and the big all this space over here on the right to operate. So when you're playing against players like this, it's very, very important that the two defenders and really the whole team have a lot of chemistry. All right, it's very important that both of these defenders have high steal. You got to have defense on your build if you're going to guard the pick and roll, if you're going to guard these guards behind screens. Because this guy right here, remember, he has a 99 speed with ball and a 99 ball handle. So when he gets to cooking behind these screens, just pay attention to how fast he moves. All right, now watch this. You guys can see what me and my teammate are doing. The guy in the middle, this guy that's reaching, he really needs to be in that left corner. All right, but me and my teammate with the black shoes up here, we're playing what's called sides defense. Sides defense is how you really guard and stop a lot of these players that hide behind screens. What I mean by that, you see how he's on the left side and I'm on the right side. We're going to be playing aggressive sides defense where whatever side that guard goes, he's going to be met with a defender. Now you guys watch this. You see he goes right and then he comes back left. He tries to Steve Francis back towards the left. So what do? I reach and I get the steal. This is what I mean by aggressive sides defense. We each are playing a side on the screen. He goes right and then he tries to go back left and I punish him for that. It's very, very important, you guys. You have to stay aggressive when you're playing against screens like this, y'all. You have to be able to force turnovers, make the guard make reads, make him shoot tough shots. Don't just let him hide behind the screen. Don't let him throw easy slips to the paint like that. All right, so here's the next play that I'm going to be breaking down. When you're guarding players like this, y'all, press up. All right, you guys can see me and my teammate Hedge, we're both playing the press. All right, we're pressing 94 feet. We're making this guard's life hard. We're not going to let him just come up the court, go right to where he wants, get the exact screen he wants. All right, you have to force them into positions that they don't want to be in. You have to force them to play your way as the defense. So we're playing aggressive defense. You see, I'm pressing them up the court. I do reach out the play. So that's on me. I reach out the play. But pay attention to how the rest of our team rotates and covers us. All right? Look, you guys see he dots the center, but he's covered. We're all rotating. It's important when you're guarding players like this, the whole team has to be good rotationally. All right, so they reset the offense. Our teammates covered us on the press break, and then they go right back to this pick and roll set. So like I said, we're going to be playing sides. Hedge, the back end right there with the black shoes. He got his left side. I got his right side. We're communicating this in the voice chat, y'all, but also just instinctually understand he's already on the left. I'm already on the right. All right, so if you're playing like with randoms or you're playing with your squad, whatever, it's important to communicate, but also understand when you have IQ, there's some things that are communicated just based off of positioning. You know, you don't have to say what's understood, if that makes sense. But that takes two high IQ players, and even if you guys already understand, it's still good to communicate just so you guys are on the same page. Hey, I got the right side, you get the left. Easy stuff like that. But you guys see, I got his right side, and the same thing happens again. The point guard goes right, and then he tries to come back left, and I get the blitz steal. It's important when you're playing against players like this, y'all. Understand their tendencies. This is the second time he's went right, and then he crosses back over to the left. So what do? I steal the ball, take it coast to coast for the easy dunk. Pick up on tendencies when you're playing against players like this. Pay close attention. How does he like to dribble? What shots is he shooting? What shots is he passing up? All right, is he going? Is he taking midi fades? Is he shooting quick stops, shooting peaks? Is he left, right, left, right, left, right? Or is he just taking what the defense gives you? You have to understand what these guards are doing, what the big is doing, when he likes to slip, when he likes to roll. Is he holding the screen? Is he slipping? Is he slip popping? All these type of tendencies you have to pick up as a defensive player. So earlier in the game, I saw that he went right and then he crossed back over. So look, what he's trying to do, he goes right, and then he wants me to get lost, and he wants to go back left so that I hit the screen. So what do? I don't let him come back left. If he's going to go right, he has to go right. But shout out my boy, True Hall of Fame, because he tries to tell people this all the time. Cut off his arm. And here's what he means by that. I know that this guard securing XL, I know he wants to come back left and hit the screen. I know he wants to use these screens. So I'm going to play his left side. I'm not going to let him go left. I'm going to force him to go right. I'm going to force him to do what he doesn't want to do. He wants to come back left, but I'm sitting on his left arm. You guys understand what I'm saying, y'all? You have to force them to play your way. Don't just let him left, right until you hit the screen. Force him to not use the screen. Force him to make a play. Force him to make a shot. Now, this play right here is a perfect example of playing aggressive, forcing the guard into taking shots that they don't want to take. All right, not every PG is really tough. Understand this. A lot of players, they hide behind the screens until they get the shot that they want. But if you force them into taking difficult shots, to taking midi fades, to taking all these other reads, other options, you'll see that a lot of these guards don't really know how to make the right read. And this play is a perfect example of it. So once again, we're playing sides. I got his right side. You see my boy Hedge is playing the left side of the screen. Now I'm reaching, all right? I'm going for the steal. I'm going for the blitz steal, all right? That's how I play. I always go for the steal. That's why I make my builds with high steal, all right? Play aggressive, cause turnovers, cause mistakes against the other team. But you guys see, he's cooking up. He gets me on the crab, so I jump. If he would have shot that, that would have been a good shot. But like I said, a lot of these guards, they're not going to take every little pocket shot. All right, so I jump to defend against the crab. And then look, he goes to the midi. If he would have shot this midi fade right here, that would have been a great shot. All right, but like I said, that's not the shot he wants to take. He wants to hide behind the screen and get wide open. So look, because I'm out of adrenaline, I don't really get that steal. All right, I'm playing the reset. So they reset back into the exact same play. So they're doing the same play, we're doing the same play. Sides on defense, sides, pick and roll defense, we're playing aggressive. Now watch this, y'all. He gets me crabbed again. If he was tough, he would shoot this shot. So look, I jump. I tried to jump. I got clipped on the screen, but right there, I'm supposed to jump. I'm supposed to jump, try to get a contest, try to get a little fluky, you know what I'm saying? But I get clipped into the screen. Ideally, Hedge would jump at that, but he runs down for the board and he ends up missing the shot. Stuff like that, even though he got an open shot, that's how you play aggressive. When you're playing against screens like this, y'all, you want to play aggressive. You want to make him take shots that he doesn't want to take. He doesn't want to take these midi fades. He doesn't want to take these crabs. You know what I'm saying? He wants to get people clipped on the screen and shoot shots like that. Get him out of his rhythm, y'all. That's very important when you're playing against guards that hide behind screens. Take them out of their rhythm. Now, this next play right here is going to be an important example of how to recover. When you're guarding screens, especially if you're playing against a center with 99 strength, legend brick wall, there's going to be times where you get sucked into the screen, where you get caught, you get clipped. All right, so here's a perfect example of how to recover. Just because you get beat on defense, you want to recover as a team. All right, so look, we're pressing him up the court. Like I said, we're not letting him just come up the court. Now, this was on me. You guys see how I ran to his left side? That was a bad defensive play by me. I should have just stayed still on the right-hand side of the screen. But I make the mistake. I run towards the left. I get kind of clipped on the screen, stuck on the screen, and that allows him to zip right back to the open right side. You see? So look, my back end, what Hedge does, he recovers. All right? Even though he's supposed to play the left side, I'm supposed to play the right side. I make a bad play. I get out of position. So he goes to the right and he guards the guard on the right hash. So what do? I am going to follow the center and I'm playing that steal. I'm playing that lane. I'm playing that pass. All right? If this point guard, if he would have hit the center, I'm trying my best to get the lane steal, to get the interceptor. All right? I'm not going to guard the center down low. I'm trying to do the best that I can just to play lanes and give my team an opportunity to rotate. My boy Hedge gets a great steal, and we end up running out on the break. But this right here is an example of how to recover. Even though I made the mistake, my teammates make up for me by playing good rotational defense, by playing good lane steals, y'all. Everybody has to be locked in as a team when you're playing against people like this. Next play, coming up the court. All right, he's bumping me in the screen. I got his right side. I get kind of clipped, so I jump again. Now, this right here is a great example. Look, you see how we rotate. You guys see how we rotate as a team. Look, he's on the right side. I got his right. My teammate has his left. He gets me clipped on the screen. All right, I jump right here so he can't shoot the crab. Now, watch this. The point guard runs back to the middle. So Hedge, he runs and he contests this shot. If this point guard would have shot this shot, it would have been a contest. So you guys see the center running down to the paint, wide open on the slip. One of these corners has to rotate. Ideally, on this possession, one of the corners rotates and everybody else covers for his rotation. So watch what happens. He hits the big down low. It was a late pass. If he would have dotted him a little bit sooner, we probably would have gave up the dunk. All right, but he's hitting the center as my left corner is rotating. And when the left corner drops, look what this guy on the left hash does. Look what he does. He's going to rotate and cover his corner. Watch this. Look, the left hash goes to the left corner, and then me and Hedge were both running to the left hash to cover him. You have to be locked in rotationally against teams like this, y'all. All right, so you guys see we're going into halftime, tied game. But their guard only has 10 points on 3 for 7 shooting. All right, so we're keeping him uncomfortable. We're keeping him out of a rhythm. This is how you stop players like this. You want to let other players score. Force him to hit his shooting guard. Force him to hit his lockdown. Force him to hit his power forward. Force him to hit his center on the slip. But don't let him just hide behind the screen and get up all the threes that he wants. All right, now pay attention to how we dial in on the defense here in this second half, because the second half is where we really take this defense to the next level. So look, first possession in the second half, once again, I'm meeting him full court. I'm pressing him. I'm not going to let him dribble up the court, read our defense, read the floor, take all the time he wants. No, we're playing aggressive on defense. I meet him up here at half court. I know he has 99 ball handle, 99 speed with ball. All right, so look, I know he just likes the left, right. This is tendencies, all right? This is picking up what does the guard like to do. I know he likes to spam moves until one of us hits the screen. So what do? I'm sitting on his arm. I'm waiting for him to dribble to my side, and I'm getting the easy reach. Now, the ball does go out of bounds, all right? But this is how you keep him out of rhythm, all right? You take your chances like this. You take risk on defense. It's just like, shooting high risk, high reward. You got to play high risk on defense. Cause turnovers. Blitz him, all right? Make him uncomfortable. Make him get fluke stuff like this, all right? Even though they get the ball back, I let the ball go out of bounds off the steal. Little stuff like this, it adds up over the course of the game. Defense is doing little stuff. Like I said, this guy has a 99 ball handle, so he has legend unpluckable, but if you know what you're doing on defense, you can still get plenty of steals. Now, this next play is a perfect example of the team rotating. Look, he comes, he sets the screen, so once again, we're playing sides. If this guard wants to go right, I'm going to get him. But he ends up going left off the screen. When he goes left, you guys see I'm stuck in the brick wall animation. At this point, I am out of the play. So what does Hedge do, my teammate? He goes, he baits him, he runs back, gives the guard the illusion of the shot, and then he gets a jump contest. This is great contest, great defense by Hedge. But watch what my teammates do, the rest of my teammates. You guys can see my center out the right corner. He's dropping. He's dropping for the rebound. He grabs the board, and then look, we're out on the break. It's as simple as that, y'all. Rotate, make the right play as a team, and then nothing was really there on the break, so he resets to me, get an easy little crab. Even though I do miss the shot, that's great defense leading to great offense. And here, real fast, here's an example of how not to guard a pick and roll. Here's an example of how not to guard it. If you guys have been paying attention, you guys have noticed how all throughout this game, we have been playing sides. I'm playing one side of the screen, my teammates playing the other side of the screen, and we're playing aggressive defense to force steals, to force turnovers, force the guard to take tough shots. Here's what happens when you don't do that. Pay attention to their defense. You guys see how the white team, there's two defenders, their centers going to the left corner, but then there's that other guy just right there in no man's land. Because he doesn't step up, he needs to be up closer to the right of the screen. But because he's so low, he's nowhere, all right? He's in no man's land. This is called drop coverage. You do not want to play drop coverage on 2K25, especially if you're playing competitively, because you guys see how he's in the paint and I'm wide open for the three. That's a 3, 10 times out of 10. If you're playing against a good player, a good point guard, a good player, they're going to take these shots against drop coverage 10 times out of 10. That's why it's important to play sides, to play rotational defense as a team, because if you're going to leave your lockdown out to dry on these screens, this is going to happen more often than not. He gets clipped on the screen, wide open 3. So this next play right here is another perfect example of how to play aggressive. Pick up on the other guard's tendencies. Watch how they dribble. Watch how they move. All right, you guys see, he's going to try to hide behind this screen right here. Now look what I do. Watch what happens. Look, he's just dancing, dribbling around. So what do? I get the blitz steal, and then I come down court and I shoot the 3. Play aggressive when you're playing against players like this, y'all. I know how he likes to dribble. I know how he likes to move. So not only am I playing aggressive defense, but I'm also playing aggressive on offense, y'all. Like I said, it's high risk, high reward. All right, don't be scared. Even though I'm the point guard, I'm not scared to step up and guard him. I'm not scared to reach. All right, I'm not scared to sit here and play defense. All right, I know how he likes to move. I'm watching his dribbles, and then I shoot the wide open 3 into it. It's a close game, y'all. We're only up 5 points, so this was a big play. Into the third quarter, this was a big stop to get the steal and then get the 3 right here. Big time players make big time plays, y'all. So if you guys want to be better at guarding defense, if you guys want to be better at playing defense on the screen, understand you're going to have to be a better player overall. All these things that I'm teaching in this video is just the little stuff. Watching how he dribbles, playing his hand. All right, pay attention, y'all. I know he likes to go left, right, left, right. So watch this. Watch this. Look. I know he's going to come back right towards the screen. At this point, I know that this guard is not going to come left and shoot on the left hash. He doesn't like to go to the open space. He likes to left, right until I get hit on the screen. So what do? I play his right side. Look at this. I'm playing his right side. He's doing all these moves, but he's not going anywhere. I'm playing his side in between him and the screen. So when he tries to dribble, he's trying to go right. I reach, and then I get the steal. Little stuff like that is how you box these players. This next play right here was huge. Huge momentum swing in the fourth quarter of this game. Like I said, I've been harping this all video. Play aggressive. You guys see, he has 99 speed with ball, so I'm kind of playing him a little bit farther back, but I'm not just letting him dribble up the court wide open. All right, I'm meeting him up here. Then the screen comes, so we're playing sides again. I got his right side. This guard is not going to beat me to the right. If he goes left, I'm trusting my teammate to play his left side. I'm trusting my teammate that this guard is not going to beat us on the left side. It's important to trust your teammates in games like these. When you're playing defense, the two defenders up here have to have good chemistry, good trust. And we also have to trust our teammates on the back end to rotate. Everybody has to trust their teammates in scenarios like this, all right? But look, I'm playing his right side. Like I said, he's not going to beat me right, all right? He ends up throwing the pass right here. And when you're playing against people like this, understand, these lockdowns, these power forwards, these centers, they don't want to shoot. They don't want to create a shot. When the guard gives it up, most likely he wants to reset. So what do? I'm playing this lane right here. I'm making sure he doesn't get an easy reset. He throws it again, so I know they're going to reset again. Now, look right here. He does get a pretty decent shot. I get kind of clipped on the screen, all right? But pay attention. I have my hands up. I don't think this was a jump contest. I think it was just a right stick. I have my right stick right here. He is 5'9", so I know I don't really have to jump at everything, all right? Ideally, I probably should have jumped right here just to get the even better contest. But like I said, this guard is uncomfortable. He's already had to give the ball up multiple times just in this possession. I've showed you guys multiple clips of me stealing the rock from him, making him get turnovers multiple times throughout this game. So this guard, he's not in a rhythm. If he wants to shoot this shot, that's cool. Now look, we're out on the break. This right here is what I mean by play aggressive. I know he's 5'9", so I run to the corner, get the easy three myself. Little stuff like this wins you games, y'all. This wins you games. Having the IQ to box him and then shoot over him, y'all. And not just the IQ, but the confidence. This is a prime example. I tell you guys in all of my videos, play confident. Stop playing 2K scared. This guard right here, he's playing scared. He's giving the ball up. He's shooting shots like these, missing. He's playing scared. So what do? I come down. It's only 17 seconds on the shot clock. It's a early shot, transition 3. I'm not scared to shoot this rock. I'll shoot this shot 10 times out of 10. Stop playing scared. You guys see he went for the reach right there. If he would have jumped, maybe he would have got a contest. But he's going for reaches. He's going for steals. And because of that, it's a 3-point shot. Easy. Also, just watch this play right here, y'all. It's a 6-point game, a 2-possession game in the fourth quarter. Look at this stuff by 2K. Look, he passed the ball off my head on the inbound. Stuff like this, y'all, it's just out of your control. I had to throw this in the video. Sometimes in 2K, it's nothing you can do. All right? Sometimes the game puts you in positions where it's just nothing you can do, nothing you can do about it. But it's important to have the confidence, have the next play mentality, get right back in the game even when they hold you like this. This next play is another perfect example of cutting his arm off, making him go the way he doesn't want to go. Like I said, I've been watching this guard's tendencies all game. I know he likes to left-right, get the defender clipped on the screen. That's what he's looking to do. So as he comes up the court, I see that this screen is on the right side. So what am I going to do? I'm going to play his right side. You guys see, I'm shading him towards the left. I want this guard to run left towards my teammates, towards my defenders that are ready to reach and play aggressive and get blitz steals, all right, and play lanes and rotate. I want him to go left towards where everybody is. I'm not going to let him come right and get to the open space on the court. Little stuff like this, y'all, is how you become an elite defender. And it's instinctual. It's reads like this on the fly, all right? You have to understand stuff like this. Like right here, I'm reading he wants to go right, so I'm playing his right side. And then look, he goes right and he tries to come back left and I get the steal. Stuff like this, man, it's just instincts, all right? This is just instincts. Great rotation, great defense from my team. Look, I'm guarding his right side. Now my boy Hedge, he's seeing that the center is coming up to set the screen, all right? So I kind of reach right there, but look how my teammate covers me on the right side. Look how my teammate comes up, and if this guard was to shoot this shot, look, if he was to shoot this pocket shot right here, my teammate would have jumped and got that contest. So that makes the guard hesitate and makes him scared, and he does another dribble move right back into my reach, y'all. Even then, once I got beat towards the right, like I said, my teammate recovers. If he shoots this, it's going to be a contest. It's going to be a tough shot. So he goes back left. Like I said, I know he wants to dribble into the screen. So even though I started this play cutting off his right side, once I got beat, I switched to covering his left side. That quick, y'all. Look, I reach, and just like that, in an instant, in a moment, you guys have to be able to adapt on the fly. Playing defense, it's about adapting, having IQ on the fly, reading the situation as it develops, reading the play as it develops. All right, look, once I'm cutting off his right, but then like I said, I reached out, and once I got beat, I understand I'm no longer playing the right side. At this moment in time, as soon as I reached and that guard moved to the right side, I'm trusting my teammate. I'm trusting Hedge to rotate up from the paint to where if this guard shoots this shot, I'm trusting my teammate to jump and get the contest. And because he's on the right side, I know I have to play his left. And like I said, I've been watching his tendencies all game. He ends up coming back left right into my steal. Little stuff like that, y'all. That's how you play elite defense, all right? And then look, we come down the court, get a wide open three. A minute left. This was a big play, y'all. Big play. Defense leads the offense. Play aggressive on defense, and that allows you to play aggressive on offense. All right, high risk, high reward. Big time players make big time plays. Get clutch steals, get clutch shots. It all starts with the defense. Now you guys can see as we close out this game, all the defensive plays, defensive reads that we made this game. You guys see in the game with 51 points. Their team only has 58. All right, now did I shoot the best? No, 19 for 30, 12 for 19 from 3. It's not the most efficient game, all right, but we ended up winning. Now, look at this, y'all. Here's a perfect example of what taking the guard out of their rhythm looks like. Their guard shot 4 for 11, 4 from 9 from 3. I had 5 steals. My teammate, 2 steals. The center on my team had 3 steals. Overall, we had 11 steals as a team from playing aggressive. Caused the guard to get 4 turnovers. And pay attention to the box score, y'all. You guys can see their other team 6 for 8 from the shooting guard, 5 for 5 from the lockdown. Even their center was 5 for 7 off slips. But look, the power forward 2 for 7 from 3. Little stuff like this matters, y'all. You don't want to let the guard beat you. Don't let this point guard hide behind the screens, take 30 shots like WAP, take 23s like WAP. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to let these guards just shoot all these shots that they feel comfortable taking. You want to take them out of their rhythm, force them to take tougher shots, force them to take shots that they don't want to shoot, that they're not prepared to shoot. Make them go 4 for 11. If he's going to hit his shooting guard, cool. The shooting guard shot 5 for 6. All right, we'll live with that. Let the shooting guard beat you. Let the lockdown beat you. Let the power forward beat you. All right, he was 2 for 7. Let him get some shots up before we give up threes to this guard behind the screen. Little stuff like this, IQ like this is how you become an elite defender. Now, I can do a part 2 video like this if you guys want to, even more in depth, how to guard screens, how to play better rotational defense. If you guys want a video about rotations, comment down below. If you guys want a video on offense, how to run the offense as a guard, let me know, all right? I love doing in-depth videos like this where I give out knowledge and gems, y'all. I love doing stuff like this. So let me know what you guys want to see next down below. Like I said, join my Discord. Shout out all of my teammates, Solo, Jelly, Hedge, Halloween. All these guys are subscribers, man, and we're running in the Discord. So if you want to run with me, especially if you're a Pro-Am hooper, man, I'm looking for more dogs in the Pro-Am. We're going for the top-ranked team this season. All right, so join the Discord, like the video, comment down below. Other than that, hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. Make sure to follow God, follow Jesus Christ, follow the Holy Spirit always, y'all, because God is the beginning and the end. In life, everything that we do in life will pass away. It will fade away. 2K25, in a year, we're not going to be playing 2K25. All right, me in a couple years, 100 years, I don't know how long I'm gonna live, but eventually I'm not gonna be here. All right, eventually everything in life fades away, but there's one thing that stands forever, and that's God and his word and his kingdom. He is the beginning and he is the end. So follow him from right now until the end and forever. Peace.